Hi guys, welcome to Psychic Astro. I'm so excited to be doing these videos moving forward. So these videos are going to be astrology based on channeled messages that I get from spirit. So please watch the videos based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whatever resonates the best for you. Me personally, it's always been my rising sign. It's never been my sun, moon. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Maybe that'll help somebody out there. I've also noticed that for me, my rising sign and my natal chart, as well as my rising sign and my progress chart, also resonates with me. Sometimes more so my progress chart than my natal chart. So yeah, I hope that helps anybody out there. Maybe it's worth trying out. So basically what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to be channeling the transits of the month. I'm going to be going over the themes you guys can expect. I hope, you guys like these videos. I'm starting off, kind of this way with the paper and the pen because I'm new to this and I just need to figure out what works best for me through trial and error. I'm sure eventually I'm not going to be sticking to paper and pen, but this is what I feel comfortable with for right now. I also just want to put a disclaimer out there. As a psychic, as much as I love channeling messages from spirit, as much as I love channeling the cosmos, and although I trust my messages, I don't know, maybe it's my Virgo placement, maybe it's my Capricorn stellium. I want to tell you guys strongly that I believe you guys shouldn't just stick with psychic channeled messages only. You guys should definitely, watch or at least look into professional astrologers' predictions as well for monthly readings. At least that's just how I feel, and I do want to put that out there. To just be practical about these things and, not just strictly rely on psychic messages, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Geminis for the month of December, what you guys can expect. So what you see here in front of you is the energies you guys can expect to be walking into in the month of December. And then as we get to the specific transits, then I'll add those transits into it once we get to that part of the video. That's just how I learn. I don't know, I learn easier that way. So for example, you guys are walking into December with Venus in Libra, and a few days later, then Venus will enter into Scorpio. So then I will change that once we get to that part of the video. Okay, so let's talk about the overall themes, then I'll get to the transits and my channeled messages. So the overall themes for my sun, moon, rising Geminis. I'm getting this energy of you guys being unsure to commit. I'm getting the feminine and masculine energy being off and mental conflict, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about the transits you guys can expect for the first week of December, okay? So first week of December, we have Mercury entering Capricorn in your guys' 8th house. Ooh, I like that for you guys because for me, anytime I see, well, I don't know, I'm an 8th house person. So I just feel like you guys are going to be very much in touch with your either intuition or just deeply psychological things, deep understanding. Okay, so anyway, December 2nd, Mercury in Capricorn in your guys' 8th house is going to be sextiling Saturn in Pisces in your guys' 10th house. So for those of you who don't know, a sextile, in my opinion, it is an easy energy. This is basically an energy that's in your chart where if you put in the work, you're going to get it. So if there's a job you guys want and you fill out the application and you go on the job interview, you're probably going to get the job. Like that's how I look at a sextile. Whereas a trine in astrology, this is a blessing. This is easy flowing energy. It's so easy that usually we don't see it as a blessing more times than not. So what's an example I can give you guys? I'm trying to think. Maybe like if you guys are born into money, most people, and I'm not saying this is everybody who's born into money, obviously, they usually don't realize how that's a blessing, okay? And for some, obviously, it isn't a blessing, right? Sometimes it's a curse, but for some, it is because of all the great things and perks that go along with making life easier for those people. But like I said, there's also a lot of, I want to use the word curse that goes along with having a lot of money. So anyway, that would be a trine, right? Because it literally came to you. You were born into it. It is so, it's easy to get access to money. So anyway, that would be a trine. So moving on, December 3rd, we then have Venus in Libra in your guys' 5th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your 8th house. December 4th, Venus then enters Scorpio in your guys' 6th house. Okay, so we're going to move that over here. All right. December 5th, Venus in Scorpio in your 6th house is going to trine Saturn in Pisces in your 8th house. December 6th, Neptune goes direct in Pisces in your 10th house. Now, you'll notice I already wrote direct. The reason for this, and this is just my personal opinion based off of channeled messages, I personally believe as of December 1st, you guys are already going to be feeling the energy of Neptune being direct. It will technically still be in retrograde. Again, it's, you know, not necessarily going to be a popular opinion, but it's my opinion based off of channeled messages. So I'm going to leave it there. December 7th, Mercury in Capricorn in your guys' 8th house will be trining Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus in your guys' 12th house. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, so the first week of December for you guys, what can you expect? This is going to be my channeled messages now. Okay, so I just went over the transits based off that. I'm seeing my sun, moon, rising Geminis, writing a lot. Something is being illuminated for you guys. I'm seeing that you guys feel like someone wants you to commit to them, like somebody expects commitment. There's something about committing going on. So if it's not a relationship, it's just something in your life that requires you guys to be an adult and commit to something. And I feel like you guys know this on a spiritual level. You guys can't seem to just commit. So the way it was coming through is you guys running away in one of those child toy cars. You remember those toy cars we would go in and like drive like an adult? Like I see you guys in that. It's like you guys see this tree, okay? And this tree is symbolic of information, knowledge, and there's a light shining on it. And it's like you guys make this sharp U-turn in the toy car and you're just out, okay? So there's something here. And then I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys ever watched South Park, but I'm seeing Kenny from South Park. And Kenny, the character in South Park, is basically this character that is always dying and then coming back. It's just one of those things. The creators did it because I think, I could be mistaken, but they killed him off and then everybody was upset, so they just decided to bring him back. And since it's a cartoon, it's like, well, why not? Just do it. So now it's like kind of part of their funny show where it's just like, yeah, he's just always dying now. So they'll randomly just kill him off and then bring him back. And it's kind of just a joke at this point. So there's something to that energy, I feel like, coming through because I feel like with Gemini energy, it can be hot and cold. It can be on and off. And I feel like this is why Kenny from South Park is coming through. And then I'm seeing an astronaut. So I think with an astronaut, I think of several different things. This could be about protecting yourself, because why do astronauts wear like the gear that they do when they're traveling, right? it's literally to live. Otherwise, they will die if they just wear regular clothes and go out there. So I think of it that way. Or is it to like stay hidden behind something, you know? So people, oh, and another way of looking at it is feeling odd, feeling, I always think of like Aquarius energy, like the oddball. So also what I'm seeing is people want like to hang out with you guys is what I feel like. But then I'm seeing you guys like travel into the sky. So there is like this popular energy going on, but you guys may go MIA and then come back, but then feel weird and then leave again. Like I said before, I think this is why Kenny, that character who dies and then comes back, is coming through. And this is why an astronaut is coming through. You guys may feel odd. I don't know. This is at least what I'm getting. And, you know, I got to be honest, I'm not a Gemini. I'm not a sun, moon, rising. However, I do have a few Gemini placements. And I gotta say, it's definitely the Gemini part of my chart where there is this energy of not wanting to commit, and it has nothing, it's not related at all to relationships, because I've never been that person. I'm definitely a relationship type of girl. So I've never related to that type of energy. So I had to kind of change my mindset when like getting into this type of thing, healing and spirituality, like, well, you know, like, why do people cheat? And it's like, okay, well, it has something to do with commitment issues, right? There's something psychologically going on. And I had to figure out where that connected in my life. And I do. It is crazy. Like, it literally makes no sense. And I connect this. I have to connect my mind with why other people cannot commit in relationships. It doesn't mean necessarily that you guys don't want to be with another person. It's just more of a psychological fear, which if you guys are resonating with this so far, and I'm sure you guys connect with this type of energy, I'm sure, but it's more of the fact of thinking so far into the future that it's the same repetitive thing over and over. And I feel like Gemini energy and Aries energy are very similar in the sense that there needs to be like a switch up, a change. And it's not necessarily with people, but maybe you guys have the fear of that because of a fear of routine. I don't know. This is at least my thing with routines. And this is why sometimes I mess up with my daily routine, or I won't commit and sign contracts. And it literally doesn't make any sense. It's so dumb. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something there if this isn't a relationship for you guys. So the second week of December, we have Venus in Scorpio in your guys' 6th house, and it's in opposition to Jupiter in retrograde in your 12th house in Taurus. Then on December 11th, we have Mercury in Capricorn in your 8th house, and it is sextiling Venus in Scorpio in your 6th house. And then on December 12th, we have a new moon, and we have it in Sagittarius in your 7th house. Yeah, I bet you this is a relationship. 7th house talks about relationships. Okay, so December 12th or the 13th, I was getting different information on different websites. Mercury goes into retrograde in Capricorn in your guys's 8th house. So I think this is funny, and I'm going to tell you why, because I feel like this is how the universe works, right? So usually with full moons and new moons, we're manifesting, we're, you know, maybe doing a ritual or whatever. Or sometimes we're not, and it doesn't matter, because this is the way the universe works based off of energy. Something new enters our life, or something new happens, or it could be a new mind shift. Regardless, something new is happening in whatever house and whatever energy the new moon is in. And it's in your guys' 7th house, right? Oh, and it's in Sagittarius nonetheless. That is funny. Freedom oriented. Okay. And it's like something new happens here, and then the following day or later that same day, Mercury goes into retrograde. So the universe is like pushing you towards something new, right? And to me, it's coming through as a relationship. But then later that day or the next day, the universe is like, maybe think about this some more, you know? And I'm just, yeah, why does the universe do this sometimes? Like, come on, like we already got our mind set on this. Like, why? I just think that's funny. Okay. So those are the transits you guys can expect the second week of December. Now, what did I channel for you guys? I'm seeing this movie theater and I'm seeing you guys get up and leave. So this movie theater, I keep seeing this for the collective, and basically what I feel like it is, it's either the movie screen itself with a lot of light is either you guys looking inward, like your inner world, like the audience that's all black is supposed to represent your inner world, and that big movie screen is supposed to be like your eyes looking in, and you guys are seeing something, and you may, depending on how it's coming through, be having difficulty with seeing something, or maybe you guys are seeing something clearly. Okay. Or the movie screen is talking about something you guys are watching, you know, so you guys are in the audience and you guys are watching this. However, the way it's coming through for most zodiac signs is this is talking about your higher self. So there's this movie theater and I see you guys in the audience and you're getting up and you're leaving. Except instead of actually leaving, like let's say the exit doors are right there, it's like you're right about to leave, but then you stay. You're right by the exit doors. And I'm not getting like the best energy. And I felt like as you were getting up and leaving, I'm seeing a little bit of a flame. And then I see your eye closing. And I felt like your eye was closing to light. So it's like you're deciding to get up and walk away from something you're seeing clearly. But you're not leaving either. You're not really fully leaving. So anyway, let me just finish the vision. So by the exit door, right, there's this energy, because picture right by the exit door of a movie theater, like a few feet before, you can pull a curtain. I don't know why this is what I'm seeing, but this is how I was seeing it. So it's almost as if there's another room before entering the movie theater. So you close this curtain, and so now you're in a small room, and then there's the exit door if you want to leave. And I'm getting this energy, like this mother energy. I'm getting Queen of the Nile. Like there was this just Egyptian energy. Then I'm getting Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, something about a baby. So you guys are going to have to take this how it resonates. You guys are either mothering yourselves, maybe you guys are thinking about having a child, maybe you guys want a child, maybe you guys are acting childish, maybe there's something here that can grow and like create life. Like maybe that's what it's symbolic. Like maybe there is a relationship that can literally grow, you know, and the reason it's coming through as a mother-child type of energy is because when I think of like the Nile River, there's something about fertility here in a sense with planting the seeds, because this is what gave them life back then, right? They literally depended on the Nile for everything. So there's something to this, or maybe this is how you feel about another person. So I'm picking up on opposition energy and having difficulty with it. So usually oppositions work better, work well together, but that's the hard part, is their opposition. So it's like these two energies kind of have to like give up something in order to come together. So this opposition energy, having difficulty with it. I see an empty chair sitting at a table, and then the chair turns in the empty chair then turns into a wheelchair, and then a long line of wheelchairs are behind it. And then I see a peacock. So anytime I see a peacock, I think of charisma. But with this type of vision, it was like basically telling me charisma is difficult for you guys at this time. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. When a wheelchair comes in my visions, you know, and I'm not making fun of this, this is just how it comes through for me. I've had this with my own personal visions, okay? It means there's difficulty getting through something in life at that current moment. So there is something with the second week of December where you guys are just having difficulty with something, but it's something you guys see, you know, and you just don't. It's basically that energy of where like you would rather sleep than be awake, but it's already too late once you're awakened. Like there's no going back. Life just isn't the same after that, I feel like. So yeah, and you know what this probably has to do with? I'm going to tell you right now. This is definitely that 6th and 12th axis, because this is where your opposition energy is that second week, okay? And you guys seeing the light, 1000% is going to be that Mercury and Capricorn in the 8th house, and it is getting along with Venus in Scorpio. So Venus in Scorpio in general is a very deep energy. It is an emotional energy. It feels everything. It is intuitive. And it's in the 6th house. This is the house of healing. It's also the house of daily routines. It's work. It is literally work, no matter what. And then Mercury goes into retrograde. So something is being rethought. You're going back to something. Something may be put on pause, though, is what I'm picking up on. And then Jupiter in retrograde in your 12th house. This is where the difficulty is with the 6th house axis, is what I'm picking up on, because something is getting lost, literally, in the mind. The 12th house, I always connect this to the 8th house, just in my opinion, because these are things that you can't technically see, because I feel like they're internal, whether they're mental or physical. There's something going on that you can get in touch with, but it takes mental work. So yeah, and I feel like that new moon in Sagittarius with the 7th house, you know, the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. So there's something here, and I feel like Jupiter is that that first teacher, right? And there's something here about a mother, a queen. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish that thought. The first teacher in our lives technically is supposed to be the mother. Obviously, everybody has a different story in their life, but I'm thinking there's something here regarding your thoughts about another and getting in your head about it. And it may be just too much, is what I'm thinking, the second week. Okay, so the 3rd week of December, what are the transits? We have the sun in Sagittarius in your guys' 7th house, and it's squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house. So a square in astrology, for those of you who don't know, this is when you guys are being blocked with something. At least this is how it feels. There is a difficulty here. There is a hard time, because you guys are basically trying to figure out, how do you get out of the square? Like, where's the door? And you have to keep trying in order to basically make that square a better time. So I don't know, we can say like, how do we make that square a sextile? How do we make the square a trine? It's like through practice and time, through tribulation and error. That's the best way I can put it. So there's going to be difficulty with a square. These are looked at as karmic lessons. Life lessons. So with Sun and Neptune, okay, Neptune talks about intuition. it also talks about the opposite of that, thinking your intuition is talking to you, but is it? Let alone that it's in Pisces. This is water energy. And I know everybody gets hyped up about like water signs and thinking when something is in a water sign, this is totally intuitive, this is totally psychic, and they're not wrong with that. However, how is it placed and how is it talking to other planets and asteroids? Because if it's squaring, if it's, you know, talking to maybe something that is way too logical, then it's going to block out the intuition. You see how intuition can become illusion? So it's not always this is so intuitive, you know? So with the sun being something that makes you see things, right? Literally think of what the sun does for us. And then Neptune being supposed to allow you to tap into your intuition, tap into your creativity. This is getting blocked, okay? And it has to do with relationships, and it has to do with how you're seen, because it's in the 10th house. So I guess another way of looking at this could be partnerships. I wasn't channeling that. So that doesn't mean for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising Geminis, people won't be feeling that, but maybe it's just the people who are watching the video is what I'm picking up on. December 18th, Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in the 8th house will be trining Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus in the 12th house. Okay, that's a good energy. Why is this a good energy? Because it's a trine, it's a blessing, and it's talking about your mind, your inner world. What else? And it's earth energy too. I like that. Taurus and Capricorn. December 20th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your guys' 6th house, and it's in opposition to Uranus in retrograde in Taurus in your 12th house. So really quick here for those of you who don't know, there's obviously always different ways to speak of these energies that the planets will give us, and depending on which zodiac sign they're in and in which house placement. But Uranus in retrograde, this is an energy that's speaking about trying to remain balanced during times of a crisis. So I think of Uranus as, in general, this could be a Uranian moment, a Eureka moment, getting downloads from spirit, intuitive messages, inspiration, very similar to Neptune energy. Or it could be tower-like moments, because this also speaks of something randomly happening. And I don't know about you guys, but I cannot stand that unless it's something really great, you know, that's awesome. So when it's in retrograde, this energy, the universe is asking us to remain calm and balanced in times that may be like tower-like moments. And if it's not a tower-like moment, if you're getting a download from spirit, then what are you going to do with this? You know, retrograde is a time where things are slowed down. So think about it. Think some more, right? So I wanted to just say that because it's something's going on, because it's in your 12th house. December 20th, Vesta retrograde. Vesta's in retrograde and it goes into Gemini. So where is this for you guys? Okay. So it's in your 2nd house. This is the asteroid, the flame that never goes out. And it's going into your 1st house. Interesting. Okay. December 21st, Sun goes into Capricorn. So it's leaving your 7th house in Sagittarius. And it's going into your 8th house. Ooh, you guys are going to be very clearly seeing something and understanding something on a deeper level. So this is like, picture your eyes and being able to turn them inward. This is how I look at this, the Sun in the 8th house. All right, so December 21st, Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in your 8th house is sextiling Saturn in Pisces in your 10th house, okay? And then December 21st, we have the Sun in Capricorn in your 8th house conjunct Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in your 8th house. Okay, I like that. So what did I channel for you guys the third week of December? I was picking up on Pisces energy, the hangman. I was getting the cave, the mind. I'm seeing rocks, but I'm also seeing this balcony with, oh yeah, that's right. There was this balcony with a rubber band. So picture a balcony, like a circular balcony, like one of those fancy ones that belongs in a castle. And then the balcony is kind of turning into a rubber band type of material. And there's some type of energy about going back to an old idea of committing. And for some reason, I felt like your guys' energy was coming through as Aladdin. Something like that. Like I'm getting this knight going on a quest. And then I see pillars. And when I see pillars, I always think of libraries, information. So there's something that you guys see. You see something you want, but there's how I'm channeling it is that maybe during this time, I felt like this other person, I don't know how else to say it. I just didn't feel like the energy was being given back to you guys. And then I'm seeing this vision of, what is it? Like the claw, you know, like when you're, what is that thing when you're trying to get the toy in that, like a vending machine? And it's kind of like from Toy Story, like the claw, the claw. You guys remember that? Anyway, so the claw is trying to get this gardener, this empress. That was the energy. So I feel like masculine energy is coming through because remember in the beginning of the reading, there's an imbalance between masculine and feminine energy. And now you guys may have a different opinion on this, but I feel like energy is energy at the end of the day. And there's certain things that just are going to remain the same. And I feel like that's with yin and yang energy. And you have to look into yin and yang energy. So I feel like with masculine energy, there is this energy of being focused and knowing what it is you want and not getting derailed along the way and being unsure. That would be an imbalanced masculine energy. And I'm talking about females having this energy as well. When we are not clear in our communications, in our thought process, and it's like an Ace of Swords in reverse in tarot. That is, I don't want to get too derailed here, but that is just your divine masculine energy is imbalanced, okay? And I feel like the third week of December, the divine masculine energy becomes more balanced, or it becomes balanced. And it's like you guys know what it is you want, and it's like you want to almost be like the hunter, I feel like, and go after what it is you want. But it may be too late at that point. So if you guys don't feel like this is about a relationship, a person, maybe it's work oriented. You guys do have the 10th house here. However, I feel like the 10th house can also come through about how it is you guys look. Okay. And I feel like if we think about that, the balcony I'm seeing, I said something that it comes through as a rubber band. That doesn't seem too sturdy, right? Like I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket with that one. So, and there's a reason why Pisces energy is coming through in the very beginning of this vision with the hangman and the cave and the mind, and then we're getting rocks. So I'm picking up on Saturn and Pisces energy because of the rocks. I'm thinking of Capricorn energy. You know, maybe there is stability here, or something that seems cold, you know. It's the complete opposite of Pisces energy. With the hangman in the cave, I think of somebody who is in their mind, their thoughts, not really doing anything except for thinking. And this is what I'm getting in the beginning of the third week of December for you guys. There is a lot of thoughts and maybe possibly going back and forth on an idea about a quest. And this quest is, do I want this? And then it's like you guys finally decide based off of the pillars, the information, that you do want this. But then it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it turns out good. So the fourth week of December, let's see, we have a lot of transits going on that week. Mercury in retrograde in Capricorn in your guys' 8th house. This is going back into your 7th house into Sagittarius. So I'm going to cross this out. I'm also going to cross out the new moon. And I'm going to put this right over here. So we have Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 7th house. And this is going to be December 23rd. Now, remember how I said in the beginning of the reading, I'm leaving Neptune in direct because I believe you guys will be feeling this energy going into December 1st. However, December 6th, this is when Neptune goes direct. I feel like what I just channeled, the 3rd week of December, is talking about Mercury in retrograde, this this energy of going into, leaving Capricorn and going into Sagittarius. Why is this? Because of what I'm channeling, how your guys' mind is literally in your mind, 8th house. This is your internal world. And then it's going back to an old idea about somebody else. And then you guys decide you want to go on this quest towards this person. I feel like you guys will be picking up this energy before December 23rd. See, not everything, I'm sorry, nobody can tell me different. Just because Venus goes into Scorpio on December 4th, you cannot tell me you're not going to be feeling Venus in Scorpio on December 3rd. You just can't. It's just, I don't think anybody has that type of technology where we can make it that official. Okay, sorry, rant over. Okay, so Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius, December 3rd, December 7th, in the 7th house on December 23rd. Okay, December 24th, Sun in Capricorn in your 8th house will be sextiling Saturn and Pisces in your 10th house, okay? On December 26th, we have a full moon going into Cancer in your 2nd house. Ooh, the house of value. What do you guys value? December 26th, Chiron goes direct in Aries. Okay, so Chiron's been in retrograde, and now it's going direct in your guys' 11th house. Okay, I like that. And this is December 26th. Okay, cool. All right, December 26th, Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house. December 27th, Sun in Capricorn in your 8th house is trining Jupiter in retrograde in Taurus in your 12th house. Excuse me. December 27th, Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 7th house is conjunct Mars in Sagittarius in your 7th house. December 28th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 7th house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 10th house. December 28th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your guys' 6th house, and it's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your 8th house. And then December 29th, we have Venus entering Sagittarius. And then December 30th, Jupiter goes direct in your 12th house in Taurus. All right. What did I channel for you guys? I'm seeing you guys back at the movies. You guys sit down, but you guys keep looking back behind you. You guys do this 3, 4, 5 times, and then you look down at the ground, and then I'm getting Neptune energy. I'm seeing headphones and music, and then I see flowers in your head, and they fill your head up. And then I'm picking up on another timeline, like the 60s is what I'm seeing, something like that. But I'm then seeing a bride and a groom, and they're hugging. So I feel like this is you and another person, and then all of a sudden, as you guys are hugging, I feel like the bride is reversing. Like she's in a car all of a sudden, and then she drives, like she drives off, and then the groom is just standing there. So there's this imbalance of feminine and masculine energy is what I'm picking up on. So, you know, you guys are going to have to apply this how it resonates with you guys. You know, like, are you guys the masculine energy, but you're really a feminine in real life? And you feel like the guy is this feminine energy that's walking away. You know, like it's up to you guys, but this is how it's coming through. I feel like, you know, you guys being back at the quote unquote movie theater is basically you being back in your thoughts, and the looking back over your head is just wondering, like, is this person going to give you another chance? Is this person going to come back? And then just like daydreaming about it with the headphones and the music and being in your head. But with the headphones and music, I feel like this is daydream energy is how I'm feeling it. And then the flowers in your head, and then they're filling your head. And the fact that I'm seeing a bride and a groom, I'm feeling like you guys believe there could be a chance. And then something may happen that week that may prove that there isn't. And I feel like this is because Jupiter goes direct, and it's in your 12th house, and the 12th house can be looked at as the things that leave, okay? The things that gotta go or change in some way. And with Jupiter, this is looked at as the husband in astrology. So like I said before, you guys think about how this resonates with you guys in your life, like who's the feminine and masculine energy, but it goes direct. So I feel like for everybody in the collective, there's some type of clarity towards the end of December when it comes to relationships. And the fact that there's also a full moon in Cancer, this is like something is being illuminated on what's got to go, because what do we hold of value? Like, what do we care about? What's true in our heart? What feels like home to us? So there's something here, because Cancer and Capricorn energy, this is talking about like making a home. Like, how do we make a home a home? Not everybody values the same thing. So, you know, having the old school type of mentality may not be home to you guys. Building Capricorn energy may not be the traditional sense, going to work Monday through Friday or building a business. But how it's coming through for you guys in the month of December is that something's illuminated here with how you guys want to, hold on. Before I finish that thought, we have Pluto and the Sun in your guys' 8th house. You guys have had Pluto in the 8th house? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, I have this to a certain degree natally. I have Pluto in Scorpio, so that belongs to the 8th house. So I always am feeling this on a certain level, but you guys actually have it in the 8th house. Wow, I wonder how that's been. I wonder how the last 20 years has been for you guys with that transit. That's crazy. Huh. Okay, so my point was with the Sun and Pluto, when these two are together, there's something very transformative happening. Anywhere where Pluto is, right? transformation is happening, some type of change, psychological change that makes everybody feel uncomfortable. But when you have another planet that's trying to get cozy next to it, like picture, I'm not saying Pluto looks like this, but I'm just saying picture Pluto to be this like planet that is literally like a character, okay, a cartoon character that's cold and like doesn't want to vibe with anyone. And then all of a sudden the sun that's nice, bubbly, and warm is trying to cozy up to it. And Pluto doesn't have a choice. So eventually Pluto's going to get warm, right? And at the same time, this warm energy is going to learn when to be bubbly and not bubbly. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like there's something transformative with both energies in this house. So I feel like the things you guys value during this transit, this because the sun is in the 8th house temporarily for you guys, right? Something is like a light is being shown to you guys about the things you guys value, and the things you guys want, how you guys want to be seen, what do you guys value, what's going on in your mind and why. How you guys want to be seen. I should have been pointing here because something is up with that. Maybe it's about expressing yourself. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. You know, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanna add on here. Let me see. Okay, so I feel like the video is long enough, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated. Let me know. All right, bye guys.